Hello, everybody. This is Sandra Pelly, the Sandini Inner Dragon Emissary, as well as the Galactic Shaman. I have a beautiful guest here today, Alan Tutt. And hi, you want to say hi first, Alan?
Hello.
Uh, Let me share a little bit about Alan. First of all, he is one of the leading experts in the field of manifestation and hypnotic transformation. Since starting his online business in 2003, he has authored a dozen books and courses, produced dozens of audio programs, and served thousands through his various websites. And I'm going to leave it at that because we're going to get a little bit more intimate with these incredible questions that I have for you as well, Alan. Um,
Sure.
is there anything else that you want to add?
Uh, the only thing that I will say is that I'm always learning, I'm always discovering new things, and it's amazing what is coming to the surface these days.
I love it. And I'm so on board with what you just said because I think I'm exactly the same way. Always learning, always exploring, and more stuff just keeps coming up. I love that.
Mhm.
So yeah, explore everybody. Okay, so the first question, let me share my screen here with you. Beautiful. What emotional lesson has your body helped you learn?
Um, hmm, Emotional lesson. I've never actually thought about that.
No kidding.
I I I know that my body has helped me learn that I can push myself further than I ever thought possible. That a lot of the limitations that I thought I had up until just a couple of years ago were more in my mind than actually in my body. And um, I guess just in terms of emotional lessons, I guess the the only thing that's coming to mind right now is that if I pay attention to how my body feels when I'm interacting with another person, I can pick up on their emotions. And in a way, this is very similar to what I learned many years ago working with crystals and other things about picking up the energy of a crystal or the energy of a piece of metal or the energy of a piece of jewelry. I learned that if I hold on to the object and just imagine my energy going through that object and pay very close attention to how my energy changes as I'm focused on that object, then I can pick up what the energy of that object is and do a little psychometry with that. There's a similar thing that happens with people, not so much in learning their energy, but also resonating with their emotional state so that I can be in sync with where they are. And that has helped me develop far closer relationships with people where we are able to do more together in terms of making breakthroughs and helping them get past issues and realize that they are far more capable and powerful than they ever thought they were.
Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful answer. I sat there as each of these questions come up, I find that I'm getting immediate answers or I'm drawing a complete blank. This one was a complete blank until you spoke and answered the way that you did, because then I really felt the energy of my solar plexus and how it reacts to things and how I make the decision to step into the excitement rather than the fear. So thank you. Thank you for your answer. That was very powerful, Alan. Ready for the next one?
Sure, go for it.
Oh, Lord. I love this question for you because of how you shared that dance with me. What's a dance scene from a movie that makes you want to move?
It has to be one of the John Travolta ones, either Saturday Night Fever or what's the one about Broadway? I can't remember what that one was. Staying Alive, I think that was the movie on that one. Those movies have really given me a lot of excitement in terms of the dance, and I guess there is a part of that that goes through my mind when I'm on the dance floor. And it's not that I'm trying to duplicate any movements or anything, but I just allow that energy to flow through me. And as you mentioned about some of the dancing that I've been playing with over the last couple of years, I've learned that if I just turn my conscious mind off and follow the phrase that I think everyone's heard, dance like nobody's looking. I have to kind of block out the fact that there's other people in the room because otherwise I get too self-conscious to actually do anything. And if I try to think about what I'm doing, it's like two left feet. So I have to turn my brain off and just let the music move me and allow that energy to be my core focus. And then somehow my body just moves in a way that other people come up and say, "Oh, I love the way you dance." It's like, okay, thank you. I I'm not actually doing it, but somehow it's happening through me.
I absolutely love that. Um, I'm not for myself. I just want to say first of all that I used to go to the bar a lot so that I could dance, and I went in with the same mindset, the dance like nobody's watching kind of thing, and would have people approach me afterwards and go, "I don't know where you get the energy to do what you do out there," because I just would go totally wild, right? Like literally jumping and bebopping. Anyway, the song that I think about, and I'm not sure that it's the movie is the same one that I'm thinking about. It's that one I just can't fight it. I'm about to lose control and I da, 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 that song.
I know the song.
Yeah, and it
Um,
seems to me it was Patrick Swayze and this beautiful little lady and her hair's flying and there's water spraying and she's just
was that Footloose?
yes.
No, that was
No, no,
oh
not Footloose because that was
no,
Kevin
that was yeah, that was a
yeah,
different actor.
Kevin yeah.
Um,
I can't remember what the name of it was, but yeah, yeah,
yeah,
very powerful.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next question here.
Yeah, you definitely bring up very different questions than what I'm used to answering. So this
No
is
kidding.
this is fun.
What quote or phrase feels like a spiritual compass for you?
The quote that comes up to mind first is the same one that came up with a previous session that we did. And even though it may not necessarily be a spiritual quote, I think it does have a spiritual basis. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring that out again. And it's a quote by Zig Ziglar that says that you can get everything in life you want if you just help enough other people get what they want. And the spiritual component of that is the law of karma, that as we do good for other people through some mechanism, whether it comes from the same people or not, doesn't matter. But the more good we do for others, the more good comes into our own life. And of course, Zig Ziglar was thinking of it in terms of sales, that when you are in sales and you are helping someone purchase something that's going to be good for them, then you're doing good for them and you get paid. So you get something back in return. He's thinking of it in terms of a physical exchange transaction. But it does have that spiritual component as well, that when we make ourselves available to share our gifts with the world, one person at a time, 1,000 people at a time, whatever situation we're in, like right now, we're talking to who knows how many people. It could be thousands, could be millions. But the more good we do for others, the more good comes back to us. And that one is definitely a major compass point for me.
I love that. I feel as though I'm really living in the energy of that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay, the last question already. Oh, this is a good one. So, Ellen, what childhood dream still echoes in your soul?
That's a dream that I have talked about a number of times. Um, I don't know if I've shared it with you before, but it's definitely a major one for me. Okay, in the dream. Okay, this was probably when I was about 8 years old. Obviously, living at home with my parents. I had this dream that I was a member of a small team working in a war zone. And the small team had the task of working behind the scenes, not actually in the fighting, but behind the scenes to make certain things happen that would end the war. And the dream didn't include what those actual things were, but I remember that at the end of the dream, we were successful. The war had ended and we all went home. And I got home and I'm walking to my bedroom and I'm going down the hallway to the bedroom. And there's this little table off to the side. And the teddy bear that I had as a kid was sitting on that table. And as I approached that part of the hallway, it started speaking to me. I mean, this is a dream, all sorts of things, wonderful things happen. And it gave me this phrase that has stuck with me my entire life. And I don't know where that wisdom came from. It must have come from a higher self, from the divine somehow. But the phrase that it said echoed what was happening in the earlier part of the dream, but also carries over into everything else. And the phrase was, if you are alone, your forces indeed are small. But if you have strength and courage enough, it won't matter at all. And that phrase has stuck with me because anytime I feel like it's me against the world, or I'm in the minority, or anything else where I feel like I'm outmatched, I remember that and I say, okay, I've got to remember strength and courage enough. I am strong. I can be courageous. I can be confident in what I'm doing, that what I am doing is the right thing to do. And just like that small team in the war, I can work behind the scenes to make things happen without actually getting into the fight.
Wow, I am speechless. Wow. Wow.
It was that powerful for me too. And
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I often think about people and how they have these moments and how they remember things like those quotes. And I think it's because I've had multiple head injuries because of my mountain biking that I just find it absolutely fascinating that you can remember with such clarity. And I just love that for you and also for us to be able to receive that. Very powerful. Thank you.
Yeah, memory has never really been an issue for me at all. And maybe I'm gifted in that way. Maybe I'm blessed in that way. For me, it's more like I'm not really keeping a record of what happened in my mind. I'm going back in time to relive the event. And so when I go back in time to relive the event, I can picture everything that was happening at that time.
Wow. I love that. I had a really interesting conversation with somebody yesterday about alternate realities and you speak it and you live it and I love witnessing that. And for those of you who have listened to this, what a beautiful opportunity to get to know Alan. You got to know him a little bit more intimately. He is speaking at the All About Woo Summit on September 2nd through the 4th. And he has a wonderful gift that he's offering then. And if it's the one that has uh, had me take a look at one or two of the videos there. First of all, I just love listening to your voice for starters, and your topic around manifestation is so on point. It's of such incredible value. So thank you so much, Alan, for being here today. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. Take care, everybody.